Alright mates, gather round. We're diving into the world of zombies today, and not just any zombies, but the ones from the Return of the Living Dead. Let's talk zombies, specifically those featured in the Return of the Living Dead. This film is a cult classic, a true gem in the zombie genre. Now this ain't your granddad's Night of the Living Dead, though it pretends to be at first. The Return of the Living Dead takes a different approach, blending horror with a good dose of dark humor. This film throws a curveball right from the start, claiming it's based on real events. Imagine that, a zombie movie based on true events. It adds an extra layer of intrigue and suspense. Yeah, right, pull the other one. But that's part of the charm, isn't it? The film doesn't take itself too seriously, and neither should we. But hey, we'll play along. The story unfolds in a medical supply warehouse, a delightfully creepy setting, where two bumbling employees stumble upon a military secret canisters of trioxin gas, the stuff that can reanimate the dead. These canisters are the catalyst for all the chaos that ensues. What could possibly go wrong, right? Well, as it turns out, a lot. The gas leaks, and before you know it, the dead are rising from their graves. This sets the stage for a wild ride through Louisville as the dead start to rise, hungry for brains, or in this case, brains. The film doesn't hold back on the gore and the scares. It's a classic case of curiosity killing the cat, or rather, reanimating it. The character's curiosity and subsequent mistakes lead to a full-blown zombie apocalypse. The survivors must now navigate this nightmare, trying to stay one step ahead of the relentless undead. It's a thrilling, edge-of-your-seat experience. They come up with various plans to contain the outbreak. But as you can imagine, things don't always go as planned. The tension keeps building, and the stakes keep getting higher. The Return of the Living Dead is not just about the scares, though. It's also about the characters and their relationships. You find yourself rooting for them, hoping they'll make it through the night. There's a surprising amount of camaraderie and even humor amidst the chaos. The film strikes a perfect balance between horror and comedy, making it a unique entry in the zombie genre. So, if you're in the mood for a zombie movie that's a bit different, give The Return of the Living Dead a watch. It's a wild, entertaining ride that you won't soon forget. And remember, mates, sometimes it's best to let sleeping corpses lie. Until next time, stay safe and keep your brains intact. Remember those canisters of trioxin, the ones that were supposed to be safely stored away, never to see the light of day again? Well, it turns out, things didn't go as planned. Yeah, about those. One gets punctured, releasing the gas into the air and, more importantly, into a nearby cemetery. The gas spreads like wildfire, seeping into the soil and reaching the long-buried dead. Bad news, everyone. The dead don't take too kindly to being disturbed, especially when that disturbance involves being brought back to life as a rotting, ravenous ghoul. Imagine waking up from a peaceful, eternal slumber only to find yourself craving human flesh. The trioxin gas is nasty stuff. It's not just any ordinary chemical. It's a potent, toxic substance that reanimates the dead with a vengeance. Once inhaled, it triggers a horrifying transformation. It doesn't just reanimate corpses, it makes them stronger, faster, and way more talkative than your average zombie. These reanimated beings are not the slow, mindless creatures you might expect. They're quick, agile, and have an insatiable hunger for brains. These aren't your slow, shambling Romero zombies. These guys are quick, agile, and they've got a bone to pick, or should I say, a brain to eat, with the living. So if you ever come across a canister of trioxin, do yourself a favor and leave it alone. The last thing you want is to unleash a horde of supercharged, brain-hungry zombies on the world. Every good zombie flick needs a memorable cast of characters, and The Return of the Living Dead delivers in spades. This film doesn't just give us a few standout characters, it offers a whole ensemble of unforgettable personalities. We've got Frank, the seasoned warehouse worker who thinks he's seen it all until the dead start walking. And then there's Freddy, the newbie who learns the hard way that some doors are best left unopened. His curiosity sets off a chain of events that no one could have predicted. They're joined by a colorful group of punks, each with their own unique style and attitude, including the unforgettable Trash, who rocks red hair and a penchant for getting into trouble. Her rebellious spirit adds a wild card to the mix. As the situation spirals out of control, the tension ramps up and the stakes get higher. Our heroes find themselves trapped in the warehouse, a place that quickly turns from a mundane workplace to a nightmarish battleground. Battling not only the undead, but also their own stupidity, they make mistake after mistake, yet somehow manage to keep going. They're an unlikely bunch, but hey, when the dead are rising, you take all the help you can get. Their camaraderie and determination shine through, proving that even the most mismatched group can come together in the face of adversity. In the end, it's their combined efforts, their brains and brawn that give them a fighting chance. This ragtag team of misfits shows us that sometimes it's the most unexpected heroes who make the biggest impact. The zombie outbreak, fueled by the ever-so-potent Trioxin, doesn't stay contained for long. It spreads like wildfire, engulfing the city in chaos. The living dead are everywhere, breaking into homes, chasing down terrified citizens, and generally making a nuisance of themselves. The authorities are caught completely off guard. Their attempts to contain the outbreak are about as effective as a chocolate teapot. Desperate times call for desperate measures, and soon the army is called in to deal with the growing zombie problem. But even they are ill-prepared for the relentless onslaught of the undead.